Greetings everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of All Things Lambda, the Half-Life community show that runs on a ton of Half-Life and a shit ton of coffee. I'm not kidding. I'm shaking right now. I drank like 6 cups of coffee today. Ugh. Hey, guess what? We got some community news for you, so why don't we get started right away? Yeah, let's go.
LambdaGeneration.
After a couple of weeks of rigorous testing from around the community, we have finally decided that the LambdaGeneration Community website was ready to launch in public beta. And oh boy, did it do that alright. Once you surf to LambdaGeneration.com, you'll be able to see posts from all around the Half-Life community, from mod projects sharing their latest in progress screenshots to the freshest Half-Life memes, fan music, fan films, and so much more, all of which can be found in their designated categories. Not only can you look at all that stuff, but once you sign up, you'll be able to like, comment, and contribute to all the amazing content and post your own for the Half-Life community to see. You can customize your very own profile page with a banner, and if you don't want to upload any profile pictures yourself, well, we got you covered on that front too. A cool thing about posting something, by the way, is that links from many of the most popular social media sites will automatically turn into embeds so you can interact with the linked posts directly. You can like tweets right from this post, for example, or watch a YouTube video just by clicking on it right in your feed. It's super handy. We have already gotten over 700 signups so far, and the platform is absolutely brimming with new content for you to explore each and every time you open up the site. It's honestly pretty amazing to see something that we've been working on being used and enjoyed. It's a real humble feeling. Keep in mind that what's currently live is still a beta version of the platform, and we're actively seeking out feedback from you and the rest of the community over on our Discord server. Right now, we have implemented about 10% of the features that we want in. Some of the stuff that's still coming are sub-communities for mods and other projects, video uploads, and even a native mobile app, so keep an eye out for that. In order to celebrate the launch of the community platform, we did a bunch of Sven co-op sessions with the community, playing through the entirety of the Half-Life 1 series of games, and it has honestly been a blast. There is still one more Svenning session to go, so keep an eye on the LambdaGeneration account on the community platform or our official Twitter account for when we're going to be doing that. I'll try to join as well if I don't get eaten by giant salamanders, but that's going to be highly unlikely. Before I close this segment off, I would like to thank all of the private beta testers for being absolute badasses. Thanks to your testing, we really made this launch amazing, and we could absolutely not have done this without you. I know that sounds corny, but it's true. Now enjoy your chum toads. A link to sign up for the LambdaGeneration community is in the description below. I'll be seeing you all over there. Half-Life Loop, a top-down roguelike based in Unity and developed by Pinky, recently released a video showing off the current state of the game. He was also kind enough to give us a copy of the build, which is what you're seeing on screen right now. And if you're signed up to the $7 tier on his Patreon, you can try it out too. According to Pinky, the game aims to be a roguelike where you complete certain objectives in each room, fight boss battles, and do other challenges, all to prove yourself to the G-Man. He says that right now the main focus is on developing the main mechanics, then to move on to making all the rooms. There are a few Patreon posts Pinky made in the past month that are up for public viewing that show what all has been made, and it is really impressive. My favorite is the post showing off the HEV charging stations and how he's taken what was just a flat texture and turned it into a fully modeled model. I think we need more people doing this sort of thing. There's a goldmine of models that can be made out of what are right now just flat textures in GoldSrc. Hell, imagine if we then upscale the textures. Again, Half-Life Loop is made in Unity, so all of these had to be made from scratch basically, and I appreciate the attention to detail that he has given. This is just one example. He has also made a whole bunch of animations for everything as well. If you want to check out all of this yourself and support his continuing work, then links to his Patreon and YouTube channel are in the description below. Okay, so Lochnessmobster had to rewrite everything I was gonna say about this one. I was going to say, After over a year, the TF2 Bot crisis has ended. But no, despite a patch that released on Tuesday, the TF2 Bot crisis continues. Now, if you watch Tyler McVicker, you know that the team working on TF2 is pretty small, and it's more of something they do in their spare time. Coupled with the pandemic, you can see why it took so long to do anything to really combat this. But the fact that their efforts were completely undone in less than a day is both saddening and doesn't paint a good picture for the future of the game. Now, Gabe did say in a speech a month or so ago that Valve was going to try tackling it, and so maybe there's going to be a renewed effort, but Tyler also pointed out that since he's more of a figurehead than a developer at this point, what he says isn't necessarily what Valve as a company is doing. There's also some sort of office politics going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to pretend to know how that works, but it also seems to make it all more complicated. So whether or not someone at Valve drops what they're doing to go and fix this is just something we're going to have to wait for and see. A link to the update post is in the description below if you want to check it out. There are some other interesting non-bot related stuff like a new cosmetic case. Half-Life MMod version 2 has finally posted a brand new update after 9 months of not having posted anything. And this media update comes with really good news as the mod is basically entering the end of development stage according to Gunship Mark II. In the 9 months of absence, Gunship has been polishing the mod up in every aspect and making it shine and run buttery smooth once its release comes. Some new additions to this update includes a functional material system, so if something in the game looks like wood or metal, it's going to sound like it and emit the appropriate particles from it. The HEV suit is also going to be a lot more talkative, now speaking up whenever you pick up a weapon or when you get low on ammo. Now, I personally am not really a fan of this. I usually have the suit voice volume set to off, but luckily MMod v2 allows you to turn these kinds of features off if you want to, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. There are a whole lot of weapon improvements too, and there are a bunch of GIFs and videos to show everything off. One of the videos on display here is a fully featured gameplay video of the first 20 minutes after the Resonance Cascade, and the second video is an item testing range where you can test out, well, all the items in the game. It's a very chunky media update, so I highly suggest you to go and check it out for yourself to really get the most out of it. The media article can be found on ModDB and a link to it can be found down below. Half-Life MMod version 2 will release once it's ready, and that could be pretty soon. We're sticking to GoldSrc for our last story of today because Black Mesa Classic just posted a new update article on ModDB showing some new graphical improvements they've been doing on their mod. Okay, I lied a little bit. We're not sticking to GoldSrc because this is actually more of a mix between Spirit of Half-Life and Trinity, but they're both still GoldSrc based, so that's why I only lied a little bit. This new engine mix brings some nifty new features to the table though. Stuff like reflections, dynamic lighting, shadows, and an extended draw distance are now present in Black Mesa Classic. This engine jump now makes Black Mesa Classic look a little bit closer to its bigger brother Black Mesa, and honestly, it looks really cool. But it does make me wonder if they abandoned their original mission statement. The bio on ModDB literally tells visitors that the project is aimed to recreate Black Mesa and the GoldSrc engine so that the new levels can be experienced on lower-end systems. Adding all these fancy new features seemed to me like it's only going to make the game run slower again. Now, of course, I don't know what the performance hit really is here, so it might not be all that bad, but I do start to wonder if they're going to let that whole lower-end system thing go at some point. I guess we'll have to wait and see. A link to the ModDB article can be found down below. You know what else you'll have to see? Our social media pages, of course. Our Twitter and our Facebook and our Discord server and our very own community platform are all linked down in the description below, so I highly recommend you to go and check them out right now. Sign up for our community platform, seriously, it's super cool. Like, new content gets posted every single day, every single hour of every single day, maybe even every single minute of every single day. Okay, it's not that chaotic yet, but there is a lot of new content every hour, so Come on and check it out. All of my links can be found down below as well, including my Twitter, my YouTube, and of course, my LambdaGeneration Community Platform profile in case you would like to see what I have been posting and what kind of posts I like. And with all that being said, I'm going to end episode 147 of All Things Lambda. Now don't be sad, because we'll be back next week with another episode. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and to ring that bell icon so you'll never miss another episode of All Things Lambda. Salutations, and take care. Look, here. Sign up for this. Sign up for that. Wouldn't you want to be a part of this? Sign up. You know you want to.